Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Esmy Villarreal. I'm the very proud president and CEO for the Brownsville Chamber of Commerce. We're excited to be in the beautiful city of Austin, Texas. And with that said, we're celebrating Brownsville Day at the Capitol. Officially, January the 29th of 2025, we bring Brownsville Day after a decade. Así que un aplauso para toda la delegación que viene de Brownsville a Austin, por favor. We're truly excited, and it's really an honor to be here today and have the ability to be welcomed with open arms in the Consulado de Mexico in la ciudad de Austin, Texas. At this moment, I have the honor of introducing General Consul Humberto Hernández Haddad from the Consulate General of Mexico in Austin. Bienvenido, Consul. Bienvenido a su propia casa.
Thank you. That is your home. Please feel at home. You are very welcome, Brownsville delegation. And the reason for this meeting is a personal institutional request by one of our best Consul of Mexico, Dr. Judith Arrieta, Consul of Mexico in Brownsville, Texas, who explained that the Day of Brownsville needs to be celebrated at the Capitol properly after 12 years of impasse. Well, I'm glad that you updated the watch time of the business calendar of Brownsville with the Capitol in Austin, Texas. And if in some way this Consulate General of Mexico in Austin can be of assistance, we are ready here to make sure that the message from Brownsville gets across the state of Texas. Brownsville is a strategic corner of the economic relationship of two countries, the United States and Mexico. I appreciate the presence of each one of you. On behalf of the media, Steve Taylor, you are very welcome. I have heard over the years about your good work in the field of communication, and I very much hope that your experience in the Guardian of London, United Kingdom, particularly about the economic costs of the Brexit, could be well explained for the audiences of the US and Mexico and Canada. Also, I want to take the presence of the business sector, the attendance of Robert Barnes from the International Bank of Commerce, Austin. You are welcome, Bob. Always welcome. And I don't want to be in omission of names. Each one of you has a message to deliver. At this time, we need to make sure that the US and Mexico proves that they are successful partners. And by saying successful, no other region in the world exchanged $2 billion every 24 hours as the US-Mexican partnership does. I repeat the figure, $2 billion every 24 hours between Mexico and the US is the trading balance. The floor is yours. And actually, let me say that the reason this event took place is that the Texas Association of Mexican American Chambers of Commerce has a role to play in matters of chambers of commerce. When I met J.R. Gonzales, Pauline Anton, Jonathan, I was in the direct knowledge that we have no time to lose. We have no time to lose. And if there are institutions to remind us of that, are the business organizations. I acknowledge also the presence of Glenn Hammer from the Texas Association of Business. And by saying so, please, again, feel at home. The floor is yours.
Muchísimas gracias, Consul. At this moment, I welcome to our podium Consul Judith Arrieta Munguia, a lady that needs no introduction, is very well known, but also respected And I do want to take a moment to acknowledge all her hard work, hers and her amazing team that traveled from Brownsville to be here today. Thank you for the opportunity to continue to collaborate with you. But it is no secret for us to be successful and to continue to grow and evolve. We need partners. We need to create alliances. And today is a true testimony where we're coming together to Austin and doing as one delegation, as one city. Damas y caballeros, esta mañana es un orgullo presentar a la Consul Judith Arrieta Munguia del Consulado de México en Brownsville.
Thank you so much for having us. The Mexico Consulate, the Consulate of Mexico in Brownsville, we were so honored to accompany this important delegation and to witness the incredible welcome of the Capitolio of Texas to you in the Senate. It was an amazing day yesterday in the House of Representatives, and to see the joy that you brought with your people, with the business. So I have nothing else to say but to thank that I was able to witness this and to congratulate Esmy and to congratulate for the good work of all your team and the commissioner that is accompanying us and all the delegation of representing this very, very strong one city Brownsville. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you, muchísimas gracias, Consul. And I hope you don't mind, because I am always very proud to say that I'm binational, bicultural, and bilingual. And everywhere I travel in the United States or throughout the world, I'm proud to speak both English and Spanish. And I feel that we're right at home. Estamos en casa al estar en el consulado de Austin. De México, perdón, en Austin. Así que el programa lo voy a hablar en inglés y en español. Unas palabras se me van a salir en español, otras en inglés. Pero es importante para mí mencionar tal, porque soy una mexicana americana muy orgullosa de estar aquí. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you don't mind. I have the honor of always sharing that I'm binational, bicultural, and bilingual. Everywhere I travel throughout the world, in the United States, I take pride in being binational, being bilingual, and saying our story. So with that said, today we have an outstanding program planned for you all as we wrap up Brownsville Day at the Capitol. But before I move forward with the introductions and our discussion, I do also want to take a moment to acknowledge the great delegation of Brownsville, Texas. We have close to 60 individuals that are here today representing our city. As well, we have the honor of collaborating alongside our governing board. We have a board of 20 individuals that represent all sizes of businesses, from a medium, small, large corporation. If I can have my board members please stand so we can acknowledge your presence. Thank you. We really appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you. And with that said, did you stand also, Tony? Okay, perfect. I didn't get to see you. But all joking aside, and all seriousness now, I have the honor of working alongside an outstanding leader who is very futuristic and very visionary. I would be remiss if I don't acknowledge the leadership of our chairman of the board, Mr. Benjamin Peña. Ben, please stand, Ben. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the gentleman that had this vision to bring back Brownsville Day, and with the great support of our Government International Trade Committee, led by Mark Hudson. Mark, where's Mark? Please stand, Mark and Tony. To these two men have brought Brownsville Day back to the Capitol. Thank you very much. And of course, like any other leader of their organization, I'm proud to always acknowledge my team. I have the best individuals that work for our chamber who wholeheartedly represent Brownsville, Texas. I work with Daniel Rodriguez, our Director of Marketing and Programs, Hania Rovelo, Special Events Coordinator, and Astrid Rosales, overseeing Membership Department. And we have Melissa at the office, continuing to move forward, because businesses don't close if we're not there. We continue to be open for business. So with that said, I would like to acknowledge all of the guests that we have today this morning. We do, of course, as I mentioned earlier, we have Consul Humberto Hernández Haddad. We also have Consul Judith Arrieta Munguia. With us today also, we have the presence of our Commissioner Linda Macias from the great city of Brownsville. Gracias. Thank you so much for being here. We have a great friend, colleague, a current board member, but also a lifetime member for our organization, Antonio Tony Rodriguez, Director of Cargo Services Business Development for the great Brownsville Navigation District, the port that works, Port of Brownsville. Thank you, Tony. We really appreciate you. As well, we have with us the presence of J.R. Gonzales, Vice Chairman for the Texas Association of the Mexican American Chambers of Commerce, TAMAC. J.R., mil gracias. Te agradecemos todo tu apoyo. Muchísimas gracias. Also with us, we have Jonathan Olvera. He's the Executive Officer for the Texas Association of Mexican American Chambers of Commerce, TAMAC. Gracias. Thank you, Jonathan. Thank you for being with us. And again, a man that needs no introduction in the beautiful Austin, Texas, the president for State Chamber. He's the president that has traveled the most. And that is no secret. I don't know how he does it, but we're so proud to have him here with us today. Again, I'm a very proud board director for the Texas Association of Business and TCC, led by Glenn. Damas y caballeros, Glenn Hammer, bienvenido. So today is really about getting to know more what's happening in Brownsville, but most importantly, not just Brownsville, the great state of Texas, and how we continue to evolve and grow. How do we build stronger relationships? Where are we now and where are we headed? What's the vision for Brownsville, Texas? I know there's definitely opportunities when it comes down to workforce and education, and with the great, talented and skilled speakers that we have today, I would like to, of course, start by asking, in your roles as different organizations, there has to be opportunities, we know there are, about how do we continue to strengthen the binational workforce for business growth? How can we, as businesses in Texas and Mexico, partner to create opportunities such as training programs and or, really most importantly, to address workforce shortages in manufacturing, which is a leading industry, healthcare, and logistics. I guess we can start with Glenn, because I see you going like this. I know you have something to say, Glenn. We have the other microphone. Is that one available? I can go ahead and pass this one. That's not a problem. It's on. Perfect. Please, Glenn.
Well, first of all, Esmy, congratulations on bringing back Chamber Day for Brownsville. It has been a smashing success, and it's incredibly important that your voice be heard at our legislature, particularly given you are in the region of the state that is the fastest growing part of Texas. And if I could just go on, well, that deserves some applause, because that's all of you. And I'm going to have to apologize to my good friend Steve Taylor, who's a phenomenal journalist and a gem for the entire state, because he's heard me say this before, but I do want to go on a little bit of an aside, because I think this is important to frame it. Right now, and first of all, Consul General, what a great honor to be here. And thank you for all that you do to advance the interests of the two top trading partners, of Mexico and the United States. And you do it with dignity and joy, and you bring us all together. And I just appreciate, I always feel at home when I'm here. So muchas gracias. My Duolingo isn't very good, so mi mejor amigo Duolingo. But I like to say, and Steve has heard this, Texas has the strongest economy in the United States. We've added more jobs than any other state for many years in a row. And the trading relationship with Mexico and with our friends up north is one of the major reasons why. So more jobs than any other state. Healthiest economy in the United States. But we're really, you take a look at our GDP, you have to think of Texas really as a global player. It's 2.6 trillion and growing. It's a very diversified economy. So you could argue we have the healthiest economy in the world right now. But now that SpaceX is headquartered in South Texas, thank you, Esmy, I like to say, love SpaceX. Well, we could say that Texas now has the strongest economy in the galaxy. So, but in terms of on the workforce side, our view, this is where we agree with President Trump. The USMCA TEMEC is the best trade deal ever signed by the United States. It has led to incredible prosperity in Texas. Just look at the numbers. And I would argue the same in across the United States, Mexico, and Canada. One of the features when we talk about workforce are the TN visas, the NAFTA visas. We need more workers. We have more jobs open in Texas than people to fill them. And the AI robots aren't quite ready yet. So we need human beings. And the TN visas, you look at the different classifications, particularly things in the STEM fields like engineers. When I talk to the different advanced manufacturing companies, they will tell you there's not an exception. They need more engineers. So what we'd love to do is, I'll start with this, is to enhance the linkages between our education institutions, our great community colleges, both sides of the border, our great universities, both sides of the border, and have more liquidity in the labor market so that we can, as a region, have the labor force that we need to compete with other regions like China.
Thank you. We can go ahead and definitely pass that microphone over as we continue to add more to this. First of all, very important subject matter for all of us. It is no secret for us as a border town in Brownsville, Texas. We see opportunity every single day. For those that may not know, our chamber is literally located across 5 steps across from one of the 3 port of entries, and we're getting a 4th port of entry, Flor de Mayo, and very, very soon. That was just approved this past year. We're really excited because it allows us to continue to become more competitive, continue to drive more business through our border, and make sure that we continue to create opportunities. You mentioned something very important as well when you spoke about the university, it could be community colleges. Ladies and gentlemen, in Brownsville, Texas, we see hundreds, dozens, perhaps thousands of students that cross every single day. And we see them wholeheartedly coming in very early, waking up, crossing, doing their thing, studying, and going back. The opportunities are there. And I think that we have a responsibility as a community to continue to grow training opportunities, programs, and such. I would like to learn about what TAMAC is doing currently, as a mirror, an outstanding organization of 50 years now. And as we continue to develop those opportunities, what is happening in Austin, JR, that, that we can learn from? And then, of course, anything else that you would like to add as well?
Well, thank you very much. What's not happening in Austin is probably a better description. Thank you very much for being here. The question is, what's going on and what is TAMAC's role? TAMAC, Texas Association of Mexican American Chambers of Commerce, this year is 50 years old.
Yeah.
And we have been, thank you. We're very honored to be here to work with organizations such as TAB and through the Gonzales and all the other members we have across the state and across the U.S. This year, TAMAC is looking at several things. We're watching the legislature right now to see what kind of effects are going to be coming out of that. We're also looking at the federal level to see how those policies are going to affect business. Business is our number 1 priority. The 3 pillars of TAMAC are going to be advocacy, commerce, and leadership. And as we do that, we understand that a relationship with Mexico is going to be key. Last census shows that the United States, our population is declining. Our newborns are not there. We lack workers. We do not have enough workers. If everybody looking for a job were to have a job in the United States today, anybody looking to get a job would still be like 2.5 million people short of workers. So we need independent, and the international relationship is going to be key. This year, TAMAC's priority is going to be through the consuls, reaching out into Mexico a little bit more, start establishing those. I'm a believer that people buy from people, and for there to be good commerce, we need to get to know each other. So we're looking at instituting some trips into Mexico, kind of meet our counterparts, visit some of the maquiladores, to see where the opportunities are and start building that. Along with that, I think it's important that we work through the proper channels and through your chamber to establish some sort of binational certifications. As folks are coming over for training, we need to make sure that the training is there. Whether it be healthcare, different industries, there is a need. But what I'm really excited about is the opportunity that Brownsville has with your SpaceX program and your aerospace. With things growing as they are, there is no reason that Brownsville and South Texas couldn't be a global hub for aerospace and for the future. So whether we end up in Mars anytime soon, I don't know, but they'll probably launch it from Brownsville, who knows? But in summation, I think that we're an organization here that likes to work with the community to promote small and minority businesses. And during the legislature, We're gonna see what's gonna be filed, what's gonna get on the floor, but we'll always have our eye on the HUB program, Historically Underutilized Business Program. And from the TPOC standpoint, our Hispanic population in the state is over 40%. We are now the largest population, and I think it's imperative that our needs, our voices should be heard on the Capitol, and that our elected officials should reflect the community it serves. So, thank you.
Absolutely, yes. Senator, would you like to say something?
Thank you again. Muchas gracias por la invitación. Just very grateful to be here for the opportunity to speak to everybody and hear what's going on in Brownsville and the plans that we've got. But some of the things that we kind of look at, as JR kind of mentioned, we need binational training programs. That's very, very important. Obviously, with it being industry-specific curriculum, having, as we know, automation is so important. Machining is so important, especially the CNC machining automation. It's such a big, important role, especially how we're moving forward with technology. If they have that training, and on top of that being maybe a dual certification, being across nations, so that whenever they're getting this training and certification in Mexico or in Texas or the United States, that it comes across. You'll be able to use it. If we're sending workers over to Mexico to learn, that training that's happening here in Texas is beneficial. Same thing in Mexico. They don't have to start the training all over again. And same thing with if they're coming over from Mexico to learn. Same thing. We do not need to have them doing it over and over again once they've already had the training. And that might be something that we could partner up with some of the technical schools, probably along the border or somewhere in Texas or in Mexico, whatever would benefit us to kind of get that ball rolling.
Thank you, I really appreciate it.